my name is Foxwing Meventail, and we
I'm Shades of Everfree.
And I'm Prentice Osborne.
and we are members of Everfree Animation. Where do we go from here? I can't remember. It's in the morning. I'm too tired.
I think we first talked about how we got into the fandom.
Oh, right. Well, my first exposure to the show, or to the fandom rather, was at a furry convention in Florida's Megaplex in 2011. And I saw a couple fursuiters of Applejack and Rainbow Dash, and I was really indifferent to the time to the show at the time. I'd never even heard of it before. But the thing is, there were posters everywhere. It's like this it had a silhouette of Pinkie Pie, a little anti-symbol on it said "Say no need to brony," and that confused me to no end. And a few months later, I figured I'd just cracked under the pressure and decided to go onto the Hub's website and just pick an episode at random to watch, just to see what the hype was about. So I figured at the time that if I was going to hate the show, I was going to do so with the legitimate authority of actually having seen it. I picked The Best Night Ever, which admittedly was not a very good first impression episode. If I had waited a couple of weeks or even a couple of days and seen the return of Harmony with Discord, I would have fallen in love with the show much faster. And a few months after that, I started, I think it was a couple months after that, I decided to try again, watch the first episode from the beginning, and eventually that led to my first marathon.
For me,
as I said before, I thought I might end up hating the show, but boy, was I wrong.
Well, for me, I first got into the show my junior year of high school. It was during my physical education class. I met my friend Andrew, and the first thing he asked me was, "Hey, do you watch My Little Pony?" And I was like, "No." And I was just so weird. Like, I was just so surprised and weirded out until a couple months later, my friend Christian comes up to me and he was like, "Hey, dude, have you watched the show My Little Pony?" And I was like, "Dude, not you too." And then he was like, "Dude, you gotta watch this. It's got Metal Gear Solid and it has all these Dante Inferno references." And I was like, "Really?" So I watched it and I immediately caught all like the references, such as like the Hell's Gate of Greed with Rarity with the rock on her back and all those other really cool references. And then with my first episode was the Nightmare Moon arc. So I watched the first episode, I was like, okay, that was okay. Then I watched the second episode, I was a bit more impressed, and then I just said I'll watch one more episode, and then that'll be the end of it. And then I went on a marathon that night.
I guess for me, it started when I was a little silly. I liked the original show. Someone who loved the original show even more than I did was my best friend Joey, who introduced me to the reboot. She drew the Batman posters, and they're awesome. She should go look at them. But anyways, she came up to me. I guess it was after college. She just asked me one day, like, "Oh my God, Prentice, you have to watch this show. It's so awesome." And she explained everything to me about, like, the background of the show and the fandom. And I watched an episode or two and fell in love with it. It was awesome. And fandom's awesome. It was actually an audition for a pony project. Was among a couple of my first voiceover auditions. It was a great way to get my feet wet. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, let's see. After we talk about a brief history of the studio, we will be doing another feature of the con exclusive animation.
But first, we would like to show you our own personal works, just to get a feel for our quality of animation. I would like to show first, my first cartoon, Autumn Starlight's Bad Joke. What I did was that I took just like a random voiceover or just some quirky little thing and decided to animate my pony Sona around it, and this is the result.
You ever wondered why a chicken coop only has 2 doors? If it had 4, it'd be a chicken sedan. With 5, it'd be a hatchback.
And next I would like to showcase my more recent project. It was based on a comic strip series by Mickey Monster, the Squeezin' It series. I decided to animate the first strip, and this is the result. And Mickey Monster was extremely excited to see this animated.
On my YouTube channel, I recently started up a Licious series to give more characters Licious videos. My first Licious video was Buttonlicious, but I decided that I wanted to show Trixie Licious. It was voiced by my friend Lexi.
To the R, I, X the I, and E, and ain't no other pony is as great as me. I'm Trixie Licious.
Yeah, and my friend Lightning Charger, he's an EQD pre-listener, so he was like, Shades, Sinisto is obsessed with your video. And my next one, which I'm really proud of, I wanted to see if I could make something that was meant to be hand-drawn, puppeted. So I used,
I into that, BOW dash, and ain't no other, line.
Ugh. And ain't no other ponies tell stories like that. I'm Rainbowlicious.
But how can I be Rainbowlicious? I mean, I don't even think I taste very good. I mean, I know there's a story with Pinky and I called Skittles where she invited me over and then she—
Stop! I don't need to hear it. Look, just say the line, will ya?
Okay, alright. And ain't no other ponies tell, line.
Yeah, so that was really fun. The voices for that were my friends Lightning Charger and Ryan Finish Line. Like Lightning, when he first saw the video when it was complete, he was really excited. But he was even more excited when Fim Flam did a redub of our animation, and he just kept messaging me the link, and he was going Shades, and he sent me the same YouTube link like 12 times. Until like I responded over Skype saying, stop sending me messages, and I had 50 links in my inbox. And so we're going to be moving on to explaining sort of the course over time of the production of like the content exclusive that we're showing. Pretty much it took, I think, a month total, including writing, storyboarding, voice acting, audio composing, and music composition. And for animation overall, it took about 3 weeks, I think. I think 3 weeks. And we would like to show you the animation. It's the
Welcome to Down Home Cooking with Beignet. Today I'm gonna show y'all how to make some fluffy, toasty, sugary beignets. First off, we need to make sure we have all of our ingredients. What the heck?
Ow.
Oh my, are you
Hi, I'm Bubbleberry. What's your name?
I'm Beignet.
Ooh, is this a camera? Are we on TV?
Yep.
I've never been on TV before. This is so exciting.
Would you like to help me make beignets?
Help you? I'll show you. Bubbleberry style. Epic beignet time, every pony. I'm Bubbleberry, and this is Beignet.
The beignet is in the hizzle.
And we're gonna show you fillies some beignets that'll kick your flank.
We've got all sorts of fabulous ingredients to make these little beauties.
You got that right.
First we take our bowl of flour and then add a little yeast and water.
Don't forget the eggs. Oops.
All right, every pony. Now that all our dough is mixed, we need to let it sit for 2 hours and let it expand.
What? 2 hours? That's gonna be forever. How long's it been?
2 minutes. But don't worry, Bubble. There's another bowl right here, just raring to go.
You know about the mirror pull too?
What?
Nothing.
Now it's time to gently press the dough until it's nice and flat.
Okie dokie Loki. Better yet, we can make one big super ginormous extra huge beignet. Let's fry this beast.
Rub it like it's hot, hun.
And now we add the sugar. Enough sugar to make your nose bleed! What? Smile, you son of a...
It's so beautiful.
Next time, we make the fourth wall.
Yeah, so that was extremely fun to do, and it really paid off.
I know.
So are we opening the floor for questions now?
Yeah, we have a floor for questions, so we'll first go into questions, and then we'll bridge into both questions and voice requests, as in they'll be able to say anything that you guys want them to do in either Bubbleberry or Beigne's voice. So anyone have any questions?
Anything about animation or voiceover?
Question?
How hard is it to learn Flash animation if you're just going from like doing traditional art and decide, hey, well, I want to get started in animation?
Well, it's not really difficult to learn animation, or especially if you put your mind to it. It's just a little bit tedious because it is rather labor-intensive work. It's easy. It's just tedious.
Yeah, but like tutorials that I would recommend that would like give you like a straightforward answer of how to like do puppet animation are like Flamingo Rich's tutorials on his YouTube channel. Also Oni G's lip syncing tutorials. He made the series Leo and Satan, if anyone's heard of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, or the Zachary Rich tutorial that'll mainly show you or how to handle puppet animations, especially with the pony puppets. But if you want to learn the principles of animation, I would recommend the Happy Harry's Hoo Ha To How To videos by Harry Partridge. Yeah, or that extensively covers the core principles of animation.
All right, any more questions?
Did I miss the video again? Did I miss the video again? I haven't played it yet.
Oh, you didn't see it?
I saw it twice yesterday. I didn't see it again.
Okay, we can play it one more time.
Welcome to Down Home Cooking with Beignet. Today I'm gonna show y'all how to make some fluffy, toasty, sugary beignets. First off, we need to make sure we have all of our ingredients. What the hey?
Ow.
Oh my, are you
Hi, I'm Bubbleberry. What's your name?
I'm Beignet.
Ooh, is this a camera? Are we on TV?
Yep.
I've never been on TV before. This is so exciting.
Would you like to help me make beignets?
Help you? I'll show you. Bubbleberry style! Epic beignet time, every pony! I'm Bubbleberry, and this is Beignet.
The beignet is in the hizzle.
And we're gonna show you fillies some beignets that'll kick your flank!
We've got all sorts of fabulous ingredients to make these little beauties.
You got that right!
First we take our bowl of flour, and then add a little yeast and water.
Don't forget the eggs! Oops.
All right, every pony. Now that all our dough is mixed, we need to let it sit for 2 hours and let it expand.
What? 2 hours? That's gonna be forever! Aw, how long's it been?
2 minutes. But don't worry, Bubble. There's another bowl right here, just raring to go.
You know about the mirror pull too?
What?
Nothing.
Now it's time to gently press the dough until it's nice and flat.
Okie dokie Loki. Better yet, we can make one big super ginormous extra huge beignet. Let's fry this beast.
Rub it like it's hot, hun.
And now we add the sugar. Enough sugar to make your nose bleed. What? Smile, you son of a...
It's so beautiful.
Next time, we bake the fourth wall.
So about in the time frame of, let's see, it took me about 3 weeks to animate this. How long did it take you guys to record your lines?
I don't remember, but
I don't know, like 10 minutes.
Yeah. it took me. I got mine done. I got my lines for Bubbleberry done within the day.
Yeah, I mean, I recorded for maybe like 10, 12 minutes, and then editing took like maybe 10, 20 more after that.
Yeah. Question?
Yeah, when you send in lines and record things, is it usually right to
It helps the editors for sound design to do whatever editing that you can, like getting rid of noise, or like cleaning up your files. Because the less they have, or the less the editors have to do, the faster that the production gets done.
I usually ask if there's specific editing needs for people who I do stuff for, because sometimes they just want you, like you said, just to clean it up. And sometimes they might actually want you to do like compression and, that kind of, stuff. So if I get approached by somebody, I usually just ask them, like, do you want me to do anything in particular, or do you just want me to clean it up? And sometimes they just want you to just record it and just send it to them and they'll mess with it. So it depends on the client.
I vectored it in Flash.
But with my animations, or a lot, I don't really like to do a whole lot of vector work in Flash unless it's like really simple things. But or when I built my Autumn Starlight puppet, I built him from scratch in Illustrator, and that is a much more user-friendly program, at least for me. I would recommend that. I personally have a blue snowball and a closet.
And I have a blue Yeti in the closet.
We usually, or there's another tutorial specifically for voice acting and voiceovers. It was by Rice Pirate, and it's called "How to Produce a Studio Studio Quality Home Recording Studio Like You Robbed an Airport Baggage Claim." And it tells you that you can just line a walk-in closet with clothes, blankets, stuffed animals, luggage, anything you can do to absorb noise from the walls and the floor to help eliminate background noise, reverb, and also shut down everything that can make noise throughout the entire house, because your microphone can really pick up on that.
I love that the egg crate bedding, that foam that you can get it for pretty cheap. So I have mine lined with that. Yeah, it's actually a closet that we were just using for like holiday storage stuff. So it wasn't like a clothing closet. So I actually had to seek out stuff to soundproof that one, because all my clothes were in my room. So, but yeah, that stuff's really handy too. And if you have hardwood floors, you do probably need to just bring a rug in there.
You haven't seen too many pinkies?
Or back to the previous question, or just like a quick little elaborative point. You don't really need like $1,000 microphone. The Snowball that I have is like $60, and on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/wildfox1989. You'll see a comic dub that I did it was like a comic by Grievous Fan, Discord on Draconiquus OCs. I recorded that on a little cheapo $12 USB audio adapter, and or that was before I got my Snowball, and it produced surprisingly decent quality animation, or not animation, but recordings.
That's very true. It really depends on what you're using your mic for, and when if you're going to shop for one. Know that what you're really paying for when you start looking at the really expensive mics is sensitivity. And that's why a professional studio can have those, because they have professional soundproofing. If I were to buy one of those mics and use it in my home studio, we could probably hear like the dog barking across the street. So definitely, I think the Yeti was like $150 or something. So you can definitely get a mic. If you're wanting to really shop around, I recommend calling up like your local guitar center or something and asking if you could have time to actually like listen to yourself on different mics and give some a try, because some of them sound better for you than others.
I would personally say Animaniacs and the Angry Beavers. Yeah, particularly or Yakko Yakko has influenced my voice for Autumn Starlight.
I was a Muppet Babies kid. I was all about the Muppet Babies. I don't know if a particular cartoon influenced me to do voiceover per se. I've just always enjoyed that process and enjoyed making voices and singing and whatnot. But if I had to choose a cartoon that was the most influential, it would be the Muppet Babies.
For me, it would have to be Ed and Eddie.
All right, you had a question,
Yes.
sir?
How did you guys get started in finding parts initially? Were they online auditions? Or?
It depends on what you're looking for. As far as like pony stuff, I usually have found that like sometimes I see postings like Equestria Daily and other forums like that, or I found the beignet posting on the Canterlanta Facebook page. So that's where I found that one. As far as like the paid stuff I do, I use two pay-to-play sites, Voice123 and Voices.com, and they send auditions to you, and you pick and choose which ones would be best, and I audition for those. And I'm waiting for an email back from an agent in Atlanta too. I'm going to try to go that route too, and just open that net as far as I can to get as much work as possible. Yes.
What do you guys think of Richie as voice acting roles compared to acting?
They're both awesome.
Yeah, they're all the same, really.
Yeah, like, it's the same method. I mean, as far as like, because I think my first pony thing was My Little Pony Abridged, which it didn't last very long. I was Rarity, and it's a fun, project. Pony projects are typically not paid. But they're fun, and you get to like interact with your fellow bronies, and so it's awesome. But if you're looking to do it career-wise, then pony projects aren't going to pay the bills. But but no, the same method for both. They're both a lot of fun, and they're both really awesome.
How my methods for when I tween my animations, after I do like my beginning pose and then my end pose, I always take the frame before the end pose and go 3 frames down and paste that, so it adds sort of a bounce, because if you look at realistic movement, when people move, there's always a bounce.
Those anticipation and overshoot.
Yeah. And sometimes easing helps, but don't over ease it, or the character will look like they're moving in slow motion.
Well, I use easing or quite a bit, and I use a different method for anticipation and overshoot. I manually pose or the keyframes, and then lay out the tweens. Yeah, but the most important thing with animation is that excuse me. Even though the characters in Flash are like 2D and basically incorporeal, they have to behave as though they had actual weight. You got to follow the laws of physics. No matter how cartoonish it may look.
Any other questions? Or any voice request?
I'll better say, good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Be creative, people. Let's see who can top this.
Don't be shy, y'all.
Yesterday you said you did your vocabulary Joker.
Oh.
I got a line on it. It's the hospital scene, but it's kind of flipping around. But it's like, if I see somebody's a fan of Star Wars or anime, they're like, okay, Salt Park. What? Oh, man, is it not? Everyone loses their minds.
Okay, I didn't quite hear everything, but I'll improvise.
If someone is into Star Wars or Pokemon, then no one bats an eye. If someone's into My Little Pony, then everyone loses their mind.
Okay, my brain is still processing. Okay. Yeah, I remember the reference, but I can't, or, yeah, okay.
People post fandom things online, anime and things. Nobody bats an eye, because it's all part of the plan. But post one My Little Pony thing, and every pony loses their minds!
Anyone else?
How are we doing on time?
It is 9:20.
We got 10 minutes.
Yes, most certainly. Ooh, wow.
That's awesome.
Oh, this is quite nice. I'd like to show this to the audience.
Yes.
Before we start.
It's so fancy.
Behold, it's glory!
Do you have a Sharpie?
Yeah, that would.
Anyone
that
in the
would-
audience have a
Can I get a
Sharpie?
Sharpie from the poster people over there? I bet they let us borrow it real quick.
Perhaps any other voice requests in the meantime?
Or questions or anything.
Unfortunately, I've not read it, and I have no. Oh, the cupcakes. Oh, the song. Okay.
Here's where your mind is.
Okay, good. Thank you, because I have no intention of reading
Cupcake
it.
song. All you gotta do is take a cup of flour, add it to the mix. It can be a duet.
We can do
Yes,
it
It can be a
together.
duet.
I've never sung his beignet, so let's see what I can do with that.
She's so breathy and behind.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
get this.
Sing the song first, then the signature. Okay.
All you gotta do is
Or hold on, let's get a countdown first.
All you have to do is take a cup of flour, add it to the mix. Now just take a little something sweet, not sour, a bit of salt, just a pinch. Baking these treats is such a cinch, add a teaspoon of vanilla. Add a little more and you count to 4 and you never get your fill up. Cupcakes, so sweet and tasty cupcakes. Don't be too hasty, cupcakes. Cupcakes, cupcakes, cupcakes!
Apparently,
Yes.
Beignet doesn't sing very well.
Oh, you wanted to get a recording for your own personal?
Here it is again! Okay, let's not dawdle anymore. We gotta sign this thing.
Do it.
I'm a mic. Do it, Billy!
And any more questions while we're signing this? Yes.
What does the box say?
Oh, I want to come up with a different answer this time.
Ring, ding, 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 ding.
You had another? It was really interesting, actually. When I did the audition, I gave 3 takes, and they were all very different. I had one that was more of like a deep Southern drawl. She was like, "Well, hello, y'all." I think so. I was like, "Bonjour, y'all." That means hello. And then I had one that sounded a little like lighter and high pitched and a little more pinky-ish. And then I had a third one that was kind of a throwaway that just have a little more of a French accent because they wanted to try to have a little bit of French at the beginning. And then after I got the role, they were like, "Can you combine this one and that one and make like a new voice?" And so that's where the Beignet voice came from. Yeah, it's like a really high, airy Southern Belle character. She's a lot of fun. Every time I voice Beignet or think about, when I'm looking at a script, Beignet makes me smile. Like all of it, like anytime I voice Beignet, it just makes me happy. She just makes me smile.
Okay, let's see, we are running close to time, but let's see. Before we show the panel cartoon one last time, I want to get a show of hands. Who here has an OC? All right, what I will be doing is that I am selling OC cameos, $10 for a regular cameo, $20 for an extended cameo, and you can put in a request of what you will want your OC to do. All you would have to do is basically approach me, say that you want your OC in one of my upcoming animations. Animations I plan to do, a lot of PMVs, there's a Jackalap tribute that I'm planning, and I also plan to animate Vinyl and Neon. Also, I have this collab going with Prince Whatever as well. So all you got to do is approach me. The prices for a regular cameo are $10. Prices for an extended cameo with a request are $20. So yeah.
It'll be awesome.
Can we play Epic Beignet time one last time?
One more time! Ow! We can't get enough of that!